And welcome back. I realized as I was cutting off the last one that I accidentally set up my statistics wrong, so the correct build is 13 total strength, 16 total dex, and 17 total cunning. But, we make those mistakes all the time. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin.
Let's play. Well, it's a let's play, so we say let's play whenever we can, right?
Okay, yeah, I see your point. And bye-bye loading screen.
For generations, your family, the Couslands, has stewarded the lands of Highever, earning the loyalty of your people with justice and temperance.
Miniature spies.
Yes, clearly.
When your country was occupied by the Orlesian Empire, your father and grandfather served the embattled kings of your land. Today, your elder brother takes up House Cousland's banner in service to the crown, not against the men of Orlais, but against the bestial darkspawn rising in the south.
Ew, darkspawn.
I trust then that your troops will be here shortly.
I expect they will start arriving tonight, and we can march tomorrow. I apologize for the delay, my lord. This is entirely my fault.
I don't believe him.
The appearance of the Darkspawn in the south has us all scrambling, doesn't it? I only received the call from the king a few days ago myself. I'll send my eldest off with my men. You and I will ride tomorrow just like the old days.
True, though we both had less grey in our hair then, and we fought Orlesians, not monsters.
At least the smell will be
Or
the
will
same.
it?
I'm sorry, Pup, I didn't see you there. How? You remember my daughter?
I see she's become a lovely young woman. Pleased to see you again, my dear.
Oh, and a response. Was I brought here for a reason, Father?
Since your brother is leading our forces south and I'm going with the Owl, I'm leaving you in charge of the castle.
Responsibility. I'll do my best, Father.
Now, that's what I'd like to hear. Only a token force is remaining here, and you must keep peace in the region. You know what they say about mice when the cat is away. Yes?
Squeak?
There's also someone you must meet. Please, show Duncan in.
Squeak.
Squeak. Oh, yes, Squeak.
Like mice. Squeak.
It is an honor to be a guest within your hall, Tyrn Cousland.
Your lordship, you didn't mention that a Grey Warden would be present.
Duncan arrived just recently, unannounced. Is there a problem?
Of course not. But a guest of this stature demands certain protocol. I am at a disadvantage.
What use is protocol in this
We
situation?
rarely have the pleasure of seeing one in person, that's true. Pup, Brother Aldous taught you who the Grey Wardens are, I hope.
When I was listening to him, yes.
They are the heroes of legend, who ended the Blights and saved us all. Duncan is looking for recruits before joining us and his fellow Wardens in the south. I believe he's got his eye on Sir Gilmore.
If I might be so bold, I would suggest that your daughter is also an excellent candidate.
Do you
Honor
think
though
that would
might
actually
be,
happen?
This is my daughter we're talking about.
What, getting recruited to the Grey Warden?
Yeah.
I don't know. Might be kind of cool. What do you think?
I think I'd rather like it, yeah.
I have not so many children that I'll gladly see them all off to battle. Unless you intend to invoke the right of conscription.
Have no fear.
Strange noises,
While
huh?
we need as many good recruits as we can
Indeed.
find, I've no intention of forcing the issue.
That's very polite of him.
Pup, can you ensure that Duncan's requests are seen to while I'm gone?
But of course.
In the meantime, find Fergus, and tell him to lead the troops to Ostagar ahead of me.
Great, I'm being sent on a stupid talk quest. Where is he?
Upstairs in his chambers, no doubt, spending some last moments with his wife and my grandson. Be a good lass and do as I've asked. We'll talk soon.
And the special DLC quests, eventually they'll stop. You know what, I might as well just start running while they're going.
Too bad you don't get to talk to Duncan some more. He seems like a pretty interesting fellow.
Yeah. Now, I believe that's the way I actually want to go.
The handy-dandy map.
Actually, I think I can go up there that way without any harm.
There you are. Your mother told me the Terran had summoned you, so I didn't want to interrupt.
I wasn't quite intending on running into him so soon. Hello to you, to Sir Gilmore.
Pardon my abruptness, my lady. It's simply that I've been looking everywhere for you. I fear your hound has the kitchens in uproar once again.
Hound?
And is
What's the
threatening to
puppy
leave.
up to this time? He got into the larder again, didn't he?
No matter how the maids try to keep him out, he always finds a way.
Yes,
Smart
how?
You know these Mabari hounds.
You
He'll
start
listen
off
to his
with a
mistress,
Mabari
but anyone else
as a human
risks
noble.
having an arm
Now
bitten
that
off.
is awesome.
Yes. He knows better than to hurt anyone.
I'm not willing to test that. You're quite lucky to have your own Mabari warhound, you know. Smart enough not to talk, my father used to say. Of course, that means he's easily bored. Nan swears he confounds her just to amuse himself. At any rate, your mother would have me accompany you until the matter is settled, shall we?
Yes, to the kitchen.
Just follow the yelling. When Nan's unhappy, she makes sure everyone knows it.
So,
Yes.
the Mabari Hound, is that why you wanted to play a human noble?
That's part of it. While I'm thinking on it, that audio was way too loud.
Indeed.
That should be suitable.
So, he's going to follow you around while you loot your own castle.
Borrow items from my own castle.
Right.
If I recall correctly, there's actually nothing in here. Well, yet anyway.
Borrow.
Borrow. Yes. What do you think it would
Okay.
be? No, this was not the way I just came. This is the way up. Yeah, we don't want to go up there yet. I want to deal with the puppy first. Ah, yes. Our old scholar. I'm getting tired just thinking about him.
Dear girl. By chance, I am beginning to teach these young squires about your family's history.
Yes, Chance.
Do we have to? History is boring.
Boys, you are referring to the Couslands, the very family in whose castle you live. Show some
He has
respect.
a point. They could do with some discipline.
Perhaps you could help me with that. Might you join me in teaching this lesson?
Why, certainly.
Wonderful. Oh, the Cousland history is long indeed.
Long.
Where shall we start?
So it's gonna be one of these. When our line was founded.
Records are vague, but the Couslands
Okay,
became
I'll
Tians
be
during the
taking
Black
a
Age.
nap.
Is
Wake
that
me
familiar,
up when
child?
you're done.
Okay, sure. During the lycanthrope plagues?
Good. I'm pleased some of my lessons seem to have stuck. At that time, your family held only the minor title of Ban. When the werewolves reached this area, Ban Mather Cousland
Wait,
organized a
werewolves?
curfew
Yes,
and
werewolves.
patrols within the city. Several other local bands supported his efforts by swearing oaths of fealty, making him their Tiern.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
So we predate the founding of the kingdom then.
Well, I'm glad some of my lessons don't disappear into that yawning chasm between your ears, young lady.
Your lecturing does lead to yawning.
A pity you don't spend the same care whetting the edge of your mind as your tongue. At any rate, your family has held the tournure of High Ever since before King Calenhad united Ferelden. In fact, Tierna Elethea Cousland battled Calenhad to maintain High Ever's independence.
And we survived?
Calenhad wished to unite Ferelden, not conquer it. After Elethea's men were defeated, Calenhad asked her to swear fealty. The boulder where they held council still stands today as a memorial of that event.
Oh, that's quite interesting. I would ask about Arlhow, but you know what? Yeah, it's important.
The history between the Couslands and the
Are
House
you
reaches
awake?
back to the Orlesian occupation.
Why did Orlais occupy Highever?
During your grandfather's rule. Of course, Orlais found it difficult to hold these lands. During the rebellion against Orlais, several battles were fought near
Why
High
did you wake me?
Port village of Harper's Ford.
Because
was
he's talking
Turnier's
about
center.
Howe.
Its Arl was Tarleton Howe. Though nearly 90, he was still as sharp and bitter as cheap ale.
Ugh.
Your grandfather openly supported the rebellion, but Howe sided with Orlais. Your family was forced to seize Harper's Ford before it was all over.
So we got to kill the house. Cool.
Your grandfather couldn't afford to lose Harper's Ford. In keeping the town, your family drove Orlais from its lands. The Howes eventually joined the rebellion, when all of Ferelden united behind King Merrick
Yay!
and General Logan.
So they saw the light?
Just as now we united behind
Yes, they
Merrick's
saw the
son,
light.
King Kaelin, to fight the Darkspawn.
I think that's about time to end.
Thank you for indulging an old man.
Does that mean we have to listen to you now?
Haha, sucks to
Silence.
be you,
I
brats.
will not have you two becoming smart-mouthed hooligans. Perhaps you should go. I doubt they need any more distraction.
Because you're so
I'm just
distracting.
going to settle in here and apparently just talk to myself for all the
Well, if you
Stupid young
wander-
whippersnappers and messing up my lawn.
What lawn? I do not understand your obsession with a lawn.
They're on it. Books.
Yay! For any new viewers, books are awesome because they give you XP.
So whenever you find them to read, read them. Although, there is an item I will be acquiring in Denerim at some point soon. Well, when we get there. Before I read any other stuff around it. It's a belt called the Archivist Sash,
Get off my back.
which is quite handy in that it gives you more XP than normal whenever you read a book. 75 instead of 50.
So you can level up faster.
Precisely. And nothing of interest in there. I love how I can just glitch right through doors.
But not through
Good
doorways.
evening, my lady.
I know. They have to already be open.
Now's better than later.
Oh, my lady, we were just,
Ah, yes. Playing cards?
well, the treasury's safe. I'm not even sure why the Tarn stationed us here.
Excuse me? Questioning duties?
I won't say anything. I understand.
We appreciate that, my lady. Thank you.
You're more forgiving than I would be.
Yeah, dratted, unlockable door, or at least unpickable door. I'll have to come back to her later. Oh well. More to loot.
Later.
Yeah. That leads back into the main hall.
I'll get on it.
And... Ah, yes. There's an awful lot of locked stuff in this particular area.
Got it.
You miss out on a lot if you play a warrior, unless it's just not locked then.
No. I tried playing as a warrior and I couldn't get into several rooms in my own house. I got really
Good evening,
annoyed
my
and
lady.
restarted as a rogue.
Yeah, rogues are just better in a lot of ways.
Now's better than later.
For that reason in particular. Now, our chapel, I don't particularly relish the idea of talking to the mother there.
There is a book you can read, though.
Yeah, it's right up here. Unless you particularly would like me to talk to her.
It's up to you. I don't know if she says anything important. Chantry, yada yada, Maker, yada yada, Andraste, yada yada.
Bride of the Maker,
Darkspawn,
yada yada, blah blah, boring.
Humans are evil, yada yada.
Yeah,
same
you're
old.
right. It's not worth it. Main
So-
door. Surely that's not going to be important at any point, and surely that's not actually going to come in handy.
Of course not.
Now's better than later.
Oh, did we go in there before? I don't
I
remember
don't
this.
remember. We might have, we might not have.
The all-important elf fruit.
Yes, I think I'll let you explain what that does.
Elf fruit is handy for making things to heal
Good
people.
evening, my lady.
Indeed. a lot of the health poultice recipes required, and most of them are pretty good.
Good evening, milady.
Yes, yes, good evening to you.
It's so nice to have people say good evening to you as you walk by.
Well, we are noble after all. Servants' quarters, I presume.
You're stealing elf fruit from your servants? Seriously?
Oh, they'll get more back any later.
So, saving your dog from Nan?
Yes, I'll get there eventually. Actually, it's more saving Nan from your dog.
Same difference.
I don't know, he's a Mabari. He can stand up for himself quite well.
Indeed.
Of course, I have to remember my way to the larder.
Up. There you go.
Ah! The one path I haven't taken yet.
Precisely.
Here we are. But before I do that, nothing of interest. Hello, Nan.
Get that bloody mutt out of the larder.
But mistress, it won't let us near.
If I can't get into that larder, I'll skin both of you useless elves, I swear it.
Elf abuse!
Calm down, good woman. We've come to help.
Oh, she's nice, isn't she?
And you! Your bloody mongrel keeps getting into my larder. That beast should be put down.
He's not a mongrel. He's a pure-blooded Mabari.
A blight wolf is what he is. How am I supposed to work like this?
Oh dear. Mistress, calm down, please.
That's it. I'll quit. Inform the turner. I'll go and cook at some nice estate in the Banorn.
Nan, please. We'll get the dog. Calm down.
Just get him gone. I've enough to worry about with a castle full of hungry soldiers. You two, stop standing there like idiots. Get out of the way.
She's a sweet woman.
All right.
What's gonna be in here? Something like rats?
Why would there be rats in the pantry?
Because it's an RPG. They always stick you with rats as your first enemies.
What? That's ridiculous. Why
Look
would
at
you
that
fight
mess.
rats?
How
They're
did he
cute
even
and
get in
cuddly.
here?
They tend to be large and mean and nasty, like wild rats. Or Manhattan or New York City subway rats.
You have a doggy. He's cute.
Uh-huh. Are you trying to tell me something, boy? Clearly. He's doing the lassie way of
It does seem like he's
communication.
trying to tell you something. Wait. Did you hear that?
Oh, name for the dog. I know exactly what name I'm going to choose. Let me capitalize that.
Greg.
Better than Fido or Buddy, or especially Buddy.
Okay. Greg works.
Greg.
Holy cow. Or I should say, holy rats.
Yes, holy rat.
Very holy rats. Really touched them. Why rats?
Standard RPG fare.
We
did it!
Giant
Giant rats. It's like the start of every bad adventure tale my
See?
grandfather
The
used
game
to tell.
even acknowledges
Your
it.
hound must have chased them in through their holes. Looks like he wasn't raiding the larder after all.
See, he's a good boy.
Those were very large rats.
I've seen larger. They come up from the Kakari wilds sometimes.
Oh, great.
But seeing as you've got your Mabari well in hand, I'll be on my way. I'm to prepare for the arrival of more of the Isle's men.
Good. We have the puppy. And I'm just gonna do a quick loot of this room, and seeing as that lovely beeping noise from before was my timer going off, this is an appropriate place to end the episode.
Sounds good to me.
So next time, we will continue the human backstory. Until then, have a nice day.
Thanks for watching.